Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Tuesday the 3rd, and today is a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning, fairly decent time frame, got up and around, went and jumped in the hot tub for a little bit, got my soak on, got a few things done around the house, nothing too major. Wife got off to work without any incident, so everything was good there. I don't have any dogs here at the moment, so it's super weird for me because I have dogs almost all the time, so it's definitely different. So got a few things done around the yard, got some work done. All the good fun that comes with it is enjoying the new canopy I put up over top of the hot tub. I end up hanging like a big beach towel in there because even where it's setting, when the sun first pops up in the morning, it still blinds me. So I put in the sun canopy, so I hang a towel on it. It works out really well. So but yeah, chilled out there a little bit, and then got a few things done around the house, moving stuff here and there, kind of just doing general. Had to, didn't have to, I guess. I chose to take my father-in-law to go buy decorations, rock, sand, all that kind of stuff for his tank, so we can get it positioned and start getting it set up. So went ahead, and in that whole process, we also had to go see a chiropractor at Palmer for myself. Then he had a physical therapy at 3. So went ahead and said, how about we leave around noon? That'll give us time to get up there, and then give us like an hour at the pet store to pick out all your rock you want, your backdrop, and all that kind of fun stuff. And then that'll give us time to get to the chiropractor, then down to your physical therapy, and it all goes smooth. So I thought an hour would be enough time. We got there, it was plenty of time. Looked around, he was picking out random little rocks, and he was trying to pick up like 4 or 5 rocks. I'm like, no, he need like a bunch. Like, we need a bunch of rock. This is a big tank, and we need a bunch of hiding spots for all the cichlids you want to put in. And he wasn't really seeing the vision that I was trying to explain to him. And he was looking at like these little driftwood pieces, and I'm like, those aren't really going to give hiding spots. Like, they look cute, but the fish you want are aggressive fish, so we have to give them hiding places so they don't attack each other. You know, the more hiding places they have, the more safe they feel, less stress they have, longer they live, so on and so forth. So I ended up buying, I don't know, probably 200 pounds of rock. It was a lot of rock. At least 150 pounds of rock. It was a lot. We bought the sand. We bought basically some crushed coral agarite that will help release pH into the water also, which will help keep the fish happier, which would be good. And then he picked out a plastic version, a resin version of a little bonsai tree, and we were looking at it and realized up on the counter that it was too tall to fit in the aquarium. So we went and traded in for a different one. We had already rang it up, they just pulled it off, put the one on. So saved a little bit of money that way. And the one would have fit like in a 90 gallon, but not really in the 75. So it worked out nice, and got it all loaded up, and that was a lot of work. It was really well. So from there, headed down to Palmer, saw my chiropractor. I got there early, which worked out fine, which meant that I was able to get in early, and then we chatted a little bit. He's in the process of leaving the resident that's training it, a student, whatever, that's working on me. So I met the next student that's going to be willing to take over my case. So I was excited about that process. We did schedule it out for 2 weeks out. So in the process there, we went ahead and I'm not going to see anybody next week. I'm going to take a week off, see how my shoulder's doing with the extra week gap, to see how it holds up, and then go back in to see the next year. I think his name's Andrew. This the one I've been seeing is Andy and Adam, and the one I'm going to see is Andrew. So, but yeah, from there, head back out. Took the father-in-law to physical therapy, got him there a little earlier than he needed to be. But while he waited for his appointment, I went over to the park and went for my run and got my run done. And usually what I do is I'll run out and back. I'll run around the neighborhood there somewhere. Sometimes I run towards the beach side, and I'll come back, and then I'll kind of hang around the park and finish the rest of my run in the park. They're close to where I park my car. That way when he calls and it says he's done with his appointment, I'm closer to the car. I don't want to be like a mile and a half, 2 miles away from the car. I have to wait, 10, 15, 20 minutes to get back to the car and then go pick him up. So went ahead, and while I was right at the park waiting for him, I saw a storm rolling in, and it was looking pretty gross. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll just head back to the car. And it started to rain, and luckily I'd already headed back to the car, and it was storming. So my run got cut a little bit short because it came in hard. Like, it just poured down rain. So I sat in the car for a little bit. Luckily the rain didn't last long. It rolled through us pretty quick. And then shortly after the rain stopped, he went ahead and called, said he was done. So went and picked him up, got back to the house, unloaded all the stuff. And on the way back, he's like, so we're going to set this all up tonight? I'm like, I'm going to unload it in the car. That's all I'm doing right now. Like, I have plans. We're going out for dinner and stuff again because I have no dogs. We don't go out much. So since I have no dogs, we're going out like every night so far since I have dogs, which is kind of nice for us to go out and try out different restaurants and little places and whatnot. So we do not get date nights very often ourselves, just going out. So definitely been kind of fun doing that. So we ended up deciding to head over to a place called Hill's Chicken and Waffle, and asked the guy I got there and stuff. I'm like, hey, first time here, I don't know how big your portions are. We almost always split like one entree because we don't eat that damn much and we get full so quick. Because you can probably split this. So we split up to one waffle and chicken, chopped it all up in pieces, and also got the sausage patties to go with it. So we knocked that out and it was delicious. The waffle's a little bit sweeter than my taste. My wife loved it. She thought it was amazing. And I was a little bit, it was, like I said, just a little on the sweet side for me, but the chicken was, I mean, holy shit, it was so good. And it was just so tasty, had a great flavor. We were joking with the, I believe it's the owner. We were joking with him and stuff, giving him a hard time, and he was giving me a hard time about having to hold the menu away from my arm, at the end of my arm to see it. And I'm like, I don't need glasses, I just need longer arms. He laughed, and he's like a month older than me. His birthday's in November, mine's in December, and we were laughing, talking about him being an old man and whatnot and stuff and whatever. So, but yeah, it was great. Just, it's that fun camaraderie type place. It really had a good feel. We were even like other customers and stuff were all like joking with each other and stuff. It was a great feeling. Really, really enjoyed that. So we got done there. We headed out, talked to him about the decor there and like who had done it. And I bought the restaurant with the woodworking and stuff already in there, which I was really impressed. Told him how it was done, which he was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't know how it was done. So that was interesting to share that. And this little things I noticed, and one of the things that I see a lot in restaurants is, and it drives me nuts, they'll take your glass, your soda, your water, or whatever, and they'll scoop it into the ice tray, the bin, to get their ice. And that's against code. It's not up to standards. It's supposed to have a separate scooper that goes in, ice goes in the cup. And one of the reasons I think that stands out to me so much is that was the biggest fine we ever received at the restaurant I worked at in high school. Was the manager scooped a cup of ice for the state health inspector at the time. So, and the sad part is we always use a scooper in a restaurant. We always did. But the waitress had taken the scooper and a bucket of ice to go fill a salad bar. And then the inspector saw this happen and set him up. He goes, actually, I will take a glass of water. I'm a little thirsty. And Tim walked over, grabbed for the scooper, wasn't there, but just went ahead, instead of saying, oh, when she gets back, she'll get you a glass of water. He just scooped the cup in. And that was like, I think our fine was like $1,500. It was a lot. And it's not sanitary, it's not rules. It's just, when I see restaurants do it, I think much less of them. So I pointed out to him the fact that was a simple little thing I could see from out here that I was really impressed with, that they are continuing that technique of following, standard safety practices and stuff for food safety and germs not hanging. He kind of laughed because, yeah, we try and follow them when we can because we're a new restaurant and it's just the way it should be. So that was cool. He was very open to that. The only complaint I really had was our table was wobbly, and it's hard when you got a really uneven floor in a restaurant to when your tables get moved around to have that not be wobbly, but it was a little bit annoying. That was about the biggest complaint I had of the whole night, which is nothing. So super excited there. We headed back home, chilled out a little bit, reached out to a friend of ours. I'm like, hey, we're probably gonna jump in the hot tub tonight. If you're wanting to soak in the hot tub also, we're gonna go with drinks and head out there. You're welcome to come over. And they talked they were gonna come over. So I reached out and let them know, like, hey, we're getting pretty close to heading out to the hot tub. It was, I don't know, 9 o'clock or so at night, whatever. And they said they got invited over to a friend's house, so they would not be stopping by, which I'm like, cool, we're out in the hot tub. Hot tub's open and hot all the time. So anytime you want to, feel free to come over, but it didn't work out tonight. So we went ahead, the two of us got in the hot tub, chilled out a little bit, and just enjoyed the nice little soak. Wife headed in a little bit before I did because she doesn't do the hot tub too long because it overheats her body and she gets lightheaded from it. So, but we both had a little drink and then basically hung out there. I went ahead and finished up my cigar and headed in, watched a little bit of TV and had myself a little snack and wrapped it up for the night. So, before that, I forgot, after I got home from dinner, went over to my father-in-law's house and set his tank up. I got it all level, got it all positioned where it needed to be, got the backdrop on it, got a little sand in it, started putting the rock in there and stuff, plants, built all the little caves around. I'm missing a couple more rocks. There's a couple things I want to make to kind of stack up a couple more caves, and I think we'll be good to go. And he's like just through the moon excited about the whole thing. So
I was over there for quite a while they went through and looked at a bunch of albums, because I guess he's decided he's going to start selling off his record collection, which is about 15,000 albums. So yeah, that's been fun. So she has a little app that she's finally, it's like, shows you the values of each album, and you can look it up, and it's working out. They were excited. She's like, how much do you think? That was probably $10. He goes, well, this one's 42. And there's no one. He's like, how much do you think? He goes, that one's probably $7,500 album, and it's worth $10. There's like 10 of them for sale for $10. So things he thinks are valuable don't necessarily mean they are, and things he thinks aren't valuable might be way more valuable. So they were kind of going over some of that together to figure out what they're going to do. I don't know if we're going to try and sell the whole collection at once, or if we're going to try and just like sell off parts, or if we're going to try and consign some at record shops, or I don't know how we're going to do it. I just hope I'm not the one that has to move it again, because moving them over and over again has really sucked, but it is what it is. I'm willing to move them again if it is willing to give us more money and makes it worthwhile, because the more money he makes off these records, the longer he'll be able to afford when he goes into like memory care, which with the way his brain is working lately, it's probably a good chance it's going to happen. What's up, buddy? So who knows? That's the goal, but it's hard telling how long that's going to take to get rid of him. And also the big thing is, if we can get rid of him now, that takes one more burden off of us when he dies, because that's a lot of work to get rid of his albums. And when you're not really excited about the albums, it's not really your hobby, it's not your passion, you're much less likely to give a shit about them. So yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on today, a lot of stuff. But anyway, I also had to get a little mowing done, and then got rained out again. This is the 4th time trying to mow all 4 yards. It's taken me 4 times. I got rained out all 4 times, and I still don't have the whole yard mowed. So hopefully tomorrow I can get the rest of the yard mowed, get the rest of it weeded and trimmed and all that fun stuff. And then by now I'm gonna start mowing again. So it's gonna be a never-ending process, but it's all good. It is what it is. So anyway, that's all I got for now. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.